welcome or welcome back to the channel. I'm Kristen, happy to have you here. Apologies, there have been no updates Friday and there was absolutely nothing Saturday. Let me explain. So Friday I was doing really good, right? You guys saw the cinnamon rolls, you saw all the stuff I did in the morning, and then later in the day, like I felt like I got hit by a Mack truck. And so I didn't film anything else. And then Saturday, all day long, I just had this killer migraine. And so I really did not want to be in front of a screen or anything of that matter. So I just kind of relaxed and didn't even read for real. I just relaxed and I maybe caught up on some TV. I took a 2-hour nap. So drink lots of water, because if you've ever been a person who has like chronic migraines and gets them a lot, you understand that hydration is key, and also caffeine. So I was drinking some soda, drinking lots of water, taking lots of headache meds. So, and then last night when I went to bed, I still had a headache, but I woke up refreshed, feeling better today. So yes, it is Sunday. We have so far gone to church so far this morning, and Justin and I have cleaned the house while Charlie cleaned their room, and my 5-year-old has decided to start mimicking me and is now vlogging on her tablet. So there's that. I don't know what to do with that. I've created a monster. Lucky me. But I do have some updates for you. So I finally finished up A Court of Thorns and Roses, and it's still a 5-star read. I mean, I still love this story, okay? And I think I loved it, reading it even better the second time around, because I did get to see all those little nuances and all that foreshadowing, because I know what's coming. And it's interesting the way Sarah J. Maas writes her characters, is it's like you start the book really liking a character, and who knows by the end of it if you'll still like that character, and vice versa. You really, really dislike a character, and then by the end he kind of redeems himself, you know? And so it's very interesting to me. I will try not to do any spoilers, and if I do, I'll make sure, while I'm thinking, I'll make sure to put spoiler down below. But these books are really good, and I forgot how good they really are. I think because last time I read them, I just kind of devoured them. I didn't like tab. I didn't take the time to like annotate and tab and write down my thoughts. And I've been doing that with this one now that I'm reading it again, because I do have lots of thoughts. And since I'm doing it as a buddy read, I can't necessarily put all my thoughts into the chat that we're chatting on, because I don't want to give stuff away, because like I said, I already accidentally gave something away, because the temptation is just too great to click that black box that you know is a spoiler. So I'm just trying. I'm trying so hard, guys. I really am, to not tell you anything. One of my favorite parts of this book is when she first meets Rhysand, and she literally calls him the most beautiful man she's ever seen, and it's just like, I believe that. I believe that. And I will say, I'm gonna put a spoiler down here. So if you don't want to see what I have to say because you haven't read it or whatever, go ahead, fast forward, do your thing. So spoiler, I really do think that Tamlin loves Feyre in his own way. And part of me thinks, I don't know if he was saving his own butt there at the end to try to make sure to not talk to her and to not help her in any way. I'm sure part of it was saving his own butt, positive. And then probably he thought that it wouldn't be real good for her either. But it still bothers me, because you claim to love this girl and you don't find ways to help her. Like, you have to have people from the spring court under the mountain with you that would be willing to go and heal her wounds. But no, Rhysand comes, and Rhysand fixes her wounds. Even if it means he makes a bargain, he still healed her. He still made sure she didn't die. And yes, he seems possessive and ridiculous at the end, but it's all for a reason that he does that. Because in the end, if Feyre beat Amarantha, he wanted Tamlin to be mad, because Tamlin's the only one that can tear her to pieces. So I get it. I do. I understand the reasoning. But what's killing me is because I know what happens in this one about how Tamlin treats Feyre. I saw a lot more foreshadowing of his behavior in this that would lead to what you get from him in this book. So if you've read these books, you know that if you have not read this book, please stop and fast forward. But if you have read this book, then you know that Tamlin ends up locking Feyre up and won't let her out of her room, won't let her out of the house, won't let her out of anything really. And he demolishes things around her. There's a lot of like domestic violence, in my opinion, he never lays his hands on Feyre, but there is some, I think he slaps her. He does slap her, I think. But there is a lot of domestic violence in this. And you don't see that in this one. Like he's a charmer in this one. But you can see the anger. You hear about him tearing apart the dining room when he got upset when Rhys showed up and found Feyre. And he is very protective. Stay in here, don't go anywhere, blah, blah, blah. So, I don't know. You really want to like Tamlin. And we've been going back and forth in the Discord because the people that haven't read this really do like Tamlin. But they haven't gotten here yet to understand why us that have read this one don't like Tamlin anymore. Because we've read this, and there's a reason we don't like Tamlin. And so I'll take the spoilers away now. So yes, do love the way as Sarah J. Maas builds her characters, like, and her worlds. Like it's not just like a dump. There's a bit of a dump in the beginning where you have to understand the history, but it's not just a dump of information. She builds it as she goes, and she continues to build it in this one as she goes, and she builds it in A Court of Wings and Ruin and Silver Flames, and she builds on what she's already told you. And so that is something that I really like about these books too. And her character development is actually really cool because, like I said at the beginning of this, there's a character that you hate, but by the end of it you should like him. He's still a jerk, but you should like him. And and same with another character. In the beginning, not likable. There at the end, maybe a little likable. So she gives her characters opportunities to redeem themselves, which is good. So I've read this. Moving on. I'm working on this. I'm only on chapter 2 because I ended up with that migraine and I didn't get very far. But I'm already in this book going, I already have thoughts. And I'm only on chapter 2. So I'll leave that as it is. I realized that I never actually shared my last fairy loot with you, my last unboxing. And so the fairy loot for March, February? I think this is February's fairy loot, is City of Nightmares. I have never seen this book. I've never even heard of this author, to be honest with you. But look at that. I don't get the pterodactyls. Let's be honest. But basically, what I'm getting from this, what I've read, is that in this city, your nightmares can come to life. Sorry for the dog bark. She doesn't like that I'm in here and she's not, so. But yes, your nightmares can come to life because it literally starts by saying, ever since her sister became a man-eating spider and slaughtered her way through town, 19-year-old Ness has been terrified. Terrified of some other nightmare murdering her and terrified of ending up like her sister, because in Newham, the city that never sleeps, dreaming means waking up as your worst fear. And so it says, whether that means becoming a nightmare that's monstrous only in appearance or transforming into a twisted, unrecognizable creature that terrorizes the city, no one is safe. Ness will do anything to avoid becoming another victim, even if that means lying low among the Friends of the Restful Soul, a questionable organization that may or may not be a cult. But being a member of this maybe cult has a price. In order to prove herself, Ness cons her way into what's supposed to be a simple job for the organization, only for it to blow up in her face. Literally. Tangled up in the aftermath of an explosive assassination, now Ness and the only other survivor, a nightmare boy who Ness suspects is planning to eat her, must find their way back to Newham and uncover the sinister truth behind the attack, even as the horrors of her past loom ominously near. So, there you have it. But yeah, this is Under the Dust Jacket. Pretty cool. And then your end papers. And your end papers. And look, another pterodactyl. And then there's your sprayed edges. So yeah, that was the February. Yes, February. It's a Fairy Loot book. So I will also say that I will also say that I signed up for quite the readathon in April. It's the Magical Readathon, and I've created a character, I've done all these fun things, and I'm gonna go to school apparently for the spring, and I've got all kinds of books I have to read based off what I want to be when I grow up, I guess. So I can't wait to have you guys follow me on that lovely journey, but that's really the only update I have for you. We've literally spent all day cleaning this house and I'm tired and I want to go read. And yeah, I want to catch up with some people on the Discord. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it right now. Maybe we'll watch a movie. I don't know. We'll see. I keep trying to convince Justin to watch Daisy Jones and the Six with me, but finding time to do that has not been easy because I also want him to watch A Man Called Otto, which I think is streaming now, which I think he will really like because as much as I love my husband, he is the grumpy sunshine in my life. Well, he's the grumpy to my sunshine, I guess. All right, friends, I will certainly catch up with you later. I think, I hope. Hope you guys are having a good day. Hope you guys are having a good weekend, and I will catch up with you in a bit. Bye.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out, down with my own doubts. Be free with me. Be free. Be free with me. Be free. Not looking back, eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche. We're on the run, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out, down with my own doubts. Be free with me. Be free. Be free with me. Be free. Be free with me. Yeah, let's go. Be free with me. Oh, come on and let's go. Let's be free with me. Yeah.
Hey guys, happy, I'll do this, that's better. I can actually see you guys. Happy Monday. So today I took the kids to the science center and we had a really great time. And then I came home and I read for a little bit, working through A Court of Mist and Fury, and I'm just consistently reminded why I dislike Tamlin. Apologies if you like him right now still, but I don't. So you'll get there. There's reasons I don't like him, but I am constantly reminded why I don't like him. And of course, Rhys just showed up and it's just, hello, Feyre, darling. And I'm just like, oh, makes me melt. So yeah, I'm not that far into it. I'm not sure exactly when I'll get it done, but we'll see. So as you saw, I made a smoothie, strawberry banana smoothie with almond milk, and I have some almonds and blueberries and some water because I have to take Cadence to a Girl Scout meeting. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take my book with me and I'm gonna read while she does all the fun Girl Scouty thingies. So I figured I'd go ahead and bring you along, and then I will check in with you guys later. Bye!
I wake up from the sunshine on my face, so dehydrated, don't know what to say. Who's sleeping by my side? What did I do last night? Can someone make this headache go away? Yesterday was supposed to be quiet, being to myself and sit in silence, until I got a call. My friend showed up at my door. They wanted me to go out for a while. We were dancing in the dark with a feeling in our eyes. Felt like we had it all. We were dancing in the dark. We were dancing in the dark. Whoa, oh, 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 whoa, oh, 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 whoa, oh, oh, whoa, oh, oh, whoa, oh, 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 whoa, oh, 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 whoa, oh, oh. Every morning after feels the same. I know I only have myself to blame for drinking way too much. I guess I got caught up. Can someone make this headache go away? We were dancing in the dark with a feeling in our eyes. Felt like we had it all. We were dancing in the dark. We were dancing in the dark. We were.
Hey guys, happy Wednesday. So we just got back from the art museum. We went to the art museum with my dad and we spent a good couple hours there. If you're ever in St. Louis, I do highly suggest visiting the art museum. It is really cool. It's probably one of the cooler sites in St. Louis, and I haven't been there for years, but we had a really good time and I'm really glad we went. The art there is really, really cool. They have an entire room of ancient Egyptian stuff, including a couple of mummies that are nice to look at, that are fun to look at, and I don't know what it is about Egyptian artwork and Egyptian sculptures and the pyramids and all of it. I'm just really into it. I really like it. I really like what they do with mummies. I think it's pretty cool. And then also they have a lot of really cool Greek stuff out there too, which is great. And of course they have the, Missouri landscapes, St. Louis, they have some Monet, they have some Van Gogh, they have a little bit of everything. So it's a really neat building. It's an old building, which is pretty cool. We had a good time. And then I showed the kids the Grand Basin, which is it's a hill right off the art museum, and it leads down into like a basin with fountains in it and stuff. And it's kind of roped off. It's got like a orange net around the basin because a lot of people will sled down that in the winter when we get enough snow. And we don't want kids going into the basin, do we? I don't think so. I don't know about you, but I don't think so. So yeah, so we had a really good day, and then we went to lunch at this place called the Boathouse, which is out in Forest Park, which is where the art museum is. I had really good food. I had a really good turkey club. It was delicious. And then my dad and I split brisket toasted ravioli, which were really good too. So I wanted to get on here because I wanted to let you know that I'm going to be changing things up just a little bit. I can feel myself burning out on A Court of Mist and Fury. Like, I just don't have I want to read it, but then I don't want to read it. And so I don't want to like tamper my feelings for that book. So I'm gonna put a pause on it. I'm gonna read something else, and then I'm probably gonna pick it back up in early April, and I'm gonna read it for the Magical Readathon. So, but in that time, I'm gonna pick up Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies by Heather Fawcett. It's a relatively short book. I think the length of A Court of Mist and Fury is also getting to me. It's because it's over 600 pages long. But this book is 317 pages, so hopefully I can knock that one out pretty quickly. And I've heard such wonderful things, and I'm so excited to read it, and I am hoping that it puts me in a springy kind of mood, because I mean, look at this book. It's a gorgeous copy. And I mean, this is just your normal roundabout Barnes & Noble version. So I'm excited. So I'm gonna go ahead and start this. I'm gonna probably hop on sprints on the Discord if I can. And then I think Lexi's sprinting tonight, so I'll probably sprint with my Foxen fam later. So yeah, I'm gonna try to knock this puppy out, and I will check in with you guys later. The further I get into it, I will keep you updated. I'm very excited to read it, so I'll catch up with you guys in a bit. Bye. Comfort, not a thing, huh? Bubbles? Bubbles don't exist either, huh? The bubbles don't exist either, do they? Nope. They don't. Hi. Whoa. Hello. Happy Tuesday night. Don't mind the snuggie. I am channeling my inner Gavin. I just got finished getting ready for bed, and I also just got off some live sprints with Lexi, which were really fun, because she doesn't really do late night live sprints, and by late night I mean it's now like 10:30 here, but it's like 11:30 her time. So we wrapped up at 11 o'clock her time. So yeah, no, she doesn't really do late night sprints. And so it was fun to do that with her and to experience her drinking a energy drink and the amount of caffeine that are in them. She got a little goofy, but I wanted to hop on here because I wanted to give you a little bit of an update. I am almost halfway through, I would say. I'm on page 89, and they don't have chapter numbers. It's just the 30th of October, because it's kind of written like it's a journal, but not at the same time, and so it's really cute. So if you don't know what this is about, this follows Emily Wilde, shocker, as she is studying fairies and different types of fairies and where you can find them, and putting them all into an encyclopedia, and working on becoming a professor at the school, like a full-time professor, instead of having to do the research and get all the grants and do all that kind of stuff. So she is off in, I don't even know. She is up in the far north, and it's a weird little village with weird names, and I can't figure them out for the life of me. but that is what it is. Anyway, she's up there trying to find some very rare fairies and the last fairies she needs for her encyclopedia. So enter Bramblebee, Wendell Bamblebee. He is a professor at Cambridge as well. He has tenure. He's all these wonderful things. He's very charming. He's very charismatic. People really like him. He's very endearing. And so he shows up at the cabin, not by her invitation. He just shows up and he gives her an offer to say, hey, work with me on this and you can go with me to some big summit that they're going to go to, like a research summit. So she agrees, and they get along, but they don't get along. Like, there's clearly, she sees their relationship as more like competition, and he sees their relationship more like collegiate, like they're working in the same field, like we should work together, you know. And so she agrees to work with him, and so I guess there's apparently a romance that blooms. I think it's like not necessarily enemies to lovers. They're not necessarily enemies, but they're not exactly friends. But I guess feelings grow. Right now, there's no feelings. The banter between the two of them is actually pretty funny. She's so serious, and he's just kind of not. So I think it's kind of like partly grumpy sunshine too. But he has a secret, and I don't know what the secret is. I think I'm getting it. And she is suspecting he has a secret, and she is suspecting what his secret is, but she has not confronted him about it. So there's a secret in this. There's possibly romance in this. There's a lot of like fun little fairies in this. So far I've met one, and they aren't what I envisioned a fairy to be, but everybody has their own ideas, right? So she's looking for the hidden ones in this northern country, and like I said, Wendell shows up and kind of dashes her plans, but she agrees to work with him, and she's uncovering all of these secrets and maybe possibly uncovering some of his secrets. Who knows? But yeah, so far it's very good. It's very cute. I like it. It's kind of what I needed. It seems so far kind of light and fluffy. Not necessarily fluffy. I just don't think it's going to be super high stakes, which is kind of what I wanted. Because as I explained, I kind of put A Court of Mist and Fury on pause, because as much as I love that book and I love that series, I'm definitely more of a mood reader, and I just was not in the mood for it anymore. And so rather than continue to push myself through and end up not liking it, I was like, let's just press pause. Let's just press pause and pick up something I've been dying to read that I had on my shelf, and you know, something a little bit more light, fluffy, a little bit easier to read, maybe. So that's what I'm doing with this. And so far it is very good. And so I'm going to read for a little bit longer tonight. There's some sprints happening on the Discord. So I'm going to sprint for a little bit longer, and then I'm going to go to bed. But I don't have any plans tomorrow, so I'm hoping to get to page at least 100 of this, if not slightly farther, so that maybe tomorrow, since I don't have any plans except maybe taking Cadence to the library, and then I have the Fox tomorrow night, we're seeing Tootsie, I don't have to do much. And I can maybe just read, but we'll see. I'm going to try and knock it out. So maybe I finish at least one book for this vlog, unlike my previous vlogs, where I haven't been finishing any books. I'm going to get back to it, and then I will catch up with you guys tomorrow. Bye! how we doing? So I am closing out the vlog. Look at me actually doing a video to close out the vlog. I'm giving you an update. I did finish Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. It was really good. Like, it was really cute. It read like a journal, which is really cool. And the relationship between Bramblebee and Emily is really, really cute. It's actually fantastic. There's a lot of banter and it's really cute, and it's almost like what reminds me a lot of the things that he says to her reminds me a lot of what like Darcy says to Elizabeth a lot in Pride and Prejudice. So that was really cool. Like, he calls her a miserable woman, and you know, but it's all in good fun, and he's very sweet and it's very cute, and there's quite the little twist, and it's good. It's really, 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 really good. I finished it in a day. So, well, about a day, I guess I would say. So it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I highly recommend it. A nice little refresh for what's coming in April, because I have a lot to do in April. So yeah, I highly recommend the Encyclopedia of Fairies. It's fantastic, and it's, like I said, it's written like a journal, and the relationship is really cute, and it's interesting to see how it changes and grows, and I'm really interested to get book number 2, because there is a book number 2. It even says in the back she'll be back. Emily and Bramblebee will be back, and so I'm very excited. They're very cute, and he has such an interesting way about him, and he's just a nice guy. And like I said, she saw them as like academic competitors, and he saw them as friends and colleagues, and so it was interesting. And then there's a nice little twist, and all of a sudden you're like, wait, what? So it was really good. I really, really enjoyed it. It was really well written. Like, Heather Fawcett wrote a really great book, and I'm so glad I read it. I don't have anything bad to say about it. Yeah, it was just really good. So that's gonna be me. I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna get this edited, hopefully have it up by Friday morning. So I hope you guys are having a really good week. I hope things are going your way. I hope you're reading some really great books. Go ahead and like and subscribe down below if you like what you see. And you could leave me a little fairy emoji if you can find one. Let me know what you're reading. Are you looking forward to April? I have a lot of books to read in April, so it'll be fun. I'm really excited. So live, love, read your books, and I will catch you guys later. Bye.